Welcome to Brian Redgrave's review of Clash of Champions 2020, the pay-per-view where every title is defended, even though that rule pretty much applies to every actual pay-per-view. But the women's tag titles weren't defended, their matches were canceled for unknown reasons, and Bayley versus Nikki didn't happen. It was actually swapped for something else. So yeah, a little bit weird heading to the pay-per-view after that. I did not watch the kickoff, but Shinsuke and Cesaro did retain their SmackDown Tag Team titles against the Lucha House Party. So let's get started with Clash of Champions 2020. The very first match of the night was a triple threat between AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, and Jeff Hardy. And if you watch wrestling, you know that alone sounds fantastic. All three are amazing and talented wrestlers. Probably three of the best in the company. Overall, Jeff still got it at the age he does. This was a ladder match. It was fantastic, full of bumps, hardcore, beat-ups, spots I've never seen. Sami is your new, or according to him, still the Intercontinental Champion, as he beat both AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy, a result which I did not see coming. I think out of the three, Sami winning was what I expected the least. But I'm actually the happiest with this result. I love Sami Zayn. I'm happy to see him retain the title. He did so very intelligently. He handcuffed AJ to a ladder and also Jeff. It gets the heavy metal horns, not just enough heavy metal horns, because the match was amazing. It was great, full of bumps, hardcore. It was great. It was a great ladder match. And my match of the night, to be honest with you, the very first match was my match of the night. And you should definitely watch this. If you just want to watch one match, this, or there's another one that you could argue could be that. Heavy Metal Horns, great match, to be honest. Sami Zayn is your new or still Intercontinental Champion. A match that was originally for the kickoff and then bumped back to the main show. I'm sure I've never really been in the kickoff, but at least that's what I thought beforehand. After watching this match should have been in the kickoff. Honestly, the match was forgettable, very short. Asuka made Selena look like a chump, I guess could be fine, but Selena, I did not take her as a serious competitor heading in, and even in the match it showed. Asuka is still the women's champion. No surprise here. Like, there was really nothing special about the match. Like I said, it was short. Selena might have done maybe one thing that was like, oh, cool, that's cool. Besides that, it was just a bathroom break, I guess you could say. There was nothing here, and I love Asuka. She's probably my favorite women's wrestler in the division. I love her to death. I think she's fantastic, the best wrestler. But honestly, this match was really not really even that good. It gets a down for me, not an up, not heavy metal horns, not a middle finger, a down, regular down. I just hope this is a one and done, but after the match, Selena did attack Asuka. she played her a fool when she did the Japanese bow of respect and then attacked her. So I guess they're not done. Unfortunately, they're not done. But who knows? Maybe their next match will be better than this. But as of right now, their match gets a down from Redgrave. Before Bobby Lashley and Apollo Crews, Drew Gulak, if you care, won the jobber title from R-Truth. Whatever. Next up was Bobby Lashley versus Apollo Crews for the United States Championship, and this match was forgettable, not great. It had its moments, but nothing special. I'm personally sick and tired of seeing Apollo going up against the Hurt Business. This rivalry should have been done ages ago, but whatever. Bobby is still your he's still your U.S. title champion. Again, nothing special. Cedric Alexander wasn't even out here. Either there's something wrong with him, or he knew Bobby got this without his help. It's just, he's been feuding with them for like a million months now. So, like, it really should have been done by now. And just another victory for Bobby, I guess. But, like, can we really please move on? No, the match was just another one. It gets down for me. Yeah, this was another, like, bathroom break, you could argue. If you don't watch this, you're not missing anything. Trust me. Feel free to play your Switch during this match. Like, yeah, it's whatever. the match gets down for me. I hope they're done. I hope Bobby finds a new opponent to look forward to for the next pay-per-view, which next pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell. So let's see. Down for me. Next up was Angel Garza and Andrade versus the Street Profits in a very good, very fast-paced match. Now this is a tag team match. The match was great. Both teams, showed off their skill. Andrade and Angel really dominated a good chunk and portion of this match. And I was really excited. They seemed to be building momentum. And then Angel Garza seems to have actually gotten hurt. And we had a little screwed up ending there. The Street Profits retain. Angel Garza, my bad. Andrade clearly kicked out, but the referee still counted 3. But apparently Angel Garza's hurt, and that's why it went like that. It was funny because even the Street Profits, they looked confused when they won, which gave me the indication either this match was not supposed to end like this, or maybe the Street Profits weren't actually meant to win. And while I wish Angel and Andrade would have won, but unfortunately due to injury, I guess they didn't. The match is still gonna get an up. The match was excellent. Again, these two teams have solid chemistry, and they don't let you down. Like, I'm not a big fan of the Street Profits, but I know when these two teams are going at it, you're gonna get a good match. And this was no different. This match was really, really good, and I think you should watch this if you want to watch a tag team match. This would be the one to watch. Granted, it was the only one of the night, but it was really, really good. Then it was supposed to be Bayley versus Nikki, but Nikki couldn't compete, so the match was scrapped. Bayley called out a new challenger. Asuka came out. We had a match. The match, I don't even think it was 5 minutes. Forgettable. It ended by DQ with Bayley, causing disqualification. And the match was really forgettable. I guess this is why Asuka was originally in the kickoff, since she was going to have a second match. But the match was not special, great, or really even good. It honestly gets down, and that's disappointing because both women are fantastic. Like I said, Asuka is my favorite women's wrestler in the division, and Bayley has had an amazing run as women's champion. So, you at least expected a decent match at best, but we didn't even get a decent match. The match itself is going to get a very disappointing down because these two women should never get a down. But they're getting one here. They're getting one here for sure. Down. Now, what's interesting is what happened after the match ended, with Sasha Banks coming in and nailing Bayley with the steel chair and attacking Bayley at one point. And it seemed like Bayley was going to actually get back on Sasha's attacking Sasha, but Sasha managed to recover and attack her with a candlestick, and Sasha was left standing with the neck brace. How she did this with a neck brace, I guess that's amazing. But this was good segment for sure. It builds towards their match. Maybe a Hell in a Cell. Who knows? Maybe they'll have a Hell in a Cell, which actually that would be really good. I just thought about that. Maybe them having that Hell in a Cell match would really, really help them and really push their rivalry forward. In which Sasha should win, and Sasha's been in Hell in a Cell before, so she definitely has that experience in a wrestling capacity. So I'm looking forward to their next match, or their first match, whatever. But the Bayley Asuka part, really disappointed. But, this segment was fantastic. If you ask me, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton's the ambulance match for the WWE title should have been the match to close out the show. It didn't. I don't know why. But, yeah, I feel like this should have been the main event. But regardless, Drew versus Randy Orton was an excellent match. And this was the match I was talking about. Maybe this could be argued to be match of the night, because it was really close with the other match. The match was great. We had everybody show up, literally from the Big Show, Christian, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair. Everybody who Randy Orton has taken out for the past couple months all came back to play a part in here. And it made it great. It made it for a great match. Every time Randy was getting the advantage over Drew, somebody who he took out came back and helped Drew McIntyre. It was great. The match was excellent. I'm not a big fan of ambulance matches because I don't know, I think they're kind of dumb. But I think this one was really, really great. We had Drew took a big nasty bump in the windshield of the ambulance. We had a door get blown off by the Claymore kick. It was really, really just destruction, chaos, and it was fantastic. Shawn Michaels, I think, I don't know if I mentioned him, Sweet Chin Music, Randy Orton as well. So it was great. It was a really good match. Now, Randy Orton having lost at SummerSlam and here, and he also lost to Keith Lee, I begin to wonder what happens to him. Is he out of the title picture now going forward? Is he going to get another match at Hell in a Cell? If he does, why should he? He's been beaten twice. But I guess he could argue, even though it's legal, I guess he could argue like 4 guys came to help you. I mean, Rick didn't do anything but drive the ambulance off. At his age, I don't think he should be driving an ambulance, but whatever. So yeah, he could argue that, but the match is no DQ, so everything really goes. But the match was excellent. I think this match was just something you should watch as well, just like the very first match, the ladder match. Funny, the one with the no DQ rules really blew it off tonight. And the tag match was also great. So Drew is still your WWE champion. He won the match, gave him the Claymore. Before he put it in, well, he put him in, but then he took him out a little bit and hit him with the punt kick. So maybe, who knows, maybe Randy will get ridden off TV for a little while. They don't really use that move to take you off TV for a while, even if it's just 2 weeks. So Drew McIntyre is still your champion. I love the fact that he's still champion. So overall, this match is not going to get just an up, but it's actually going to get, just like our first match, the heavy metal horns were awesome. This match and the first match are both must-watch wrestling matches, if you ask me. So go out there, go watch it. If you want to watch 2 matches tonight, just 2 matches. Those are the 2 matches to definitely watch. So, yeah, heavy metal horns for awesome. Next up was the main event, which was Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso for the Universal Championship. I can never tell the Usos apart, but I will forever know Jey as the Uso who got a world title opportunity. This was a match where I thought was going to be an excellent match from, wrestling-wise. Both of them are pretty good wrestlers. Uso's fantastic, Roman's alright. And I expected a good match, but I guess we knew Uso was going to win, so Jey Uso got destroyed for 95% of the match. He got some offense here and there, but my God, he just got destroyed by Roman. Destroyed the tribal chief. Just took it to him, destroyed him, and didn't want to win the match either. He had him for the victory, and he didn't want to do it. He did win the match, but every time he could finish it, he wanted Jey to admit that he was the tribal chief, say it on live TV. Jey would say, no, I'm not doing that. Jimmy came out, threw in the white towel for Jey. So Jey actually didn't get pinned here, which is a really interesting move. He didn't take a pin. So I wonder if they're going to have another match. But Jimmy threw in the white flag for Jey, a la Rocky IV, because Jey told him, don't do it. He did. I was expecting Roman to kill Jey, like Drago killed Apollo. But overall, the match was still good. We knew that Jey wasn't going to win, and they took advantage of that and actually gave us a match where Roman dominated. Jey got some offense here and there. Roman dominated. It was just mostly a Roman match, like just destruction. He dominated the whole thing. Surprisingly, I enjoyed that though. It gets an up. I'm going to give it an up. It doesn't get the heavy metal horns. I don't think it reaches that awesomeness to get that, but it definitely gets an up. If you were expecting a competitive wrestling match like I originally was, then you might be disappointed from that end. But for what we got, I'll take it. And like I said, Jey not taking the pin makes me feel like maybe they're going to have a rematch. But we'll see. It gets an up, though, for me. So overall, I actually really did enjoy Clash of Champions 2020. Yeah, there was some questionable stuff. Both Asuka matches disappointed, which is something you don't really expect from Asuka and stuff like that. And Bobby versus Apollo, again, for the love of God, like, stop. But overall, I think it was a really good pay-per-view. It got too heavy metal horns for me. It got ups. I think overall it was really good pay per view. I think more positive than negatives. So I don't think it's a mediocre review pay per view, but it's definitely a good pay per view. Like I said, not mediocre, not great, but it was good pay per view nonetheless. I was worried there because it started great and then we got some like I said, stuff that I had to give downs to all like in a row. But then the pay per view just picked itself back up in the near end, like awesome opener, mediocre middle, and then great end. So that was Clash of Champions 2020. If you enjoyed this review, please give the video a like, a share, subscribe, comment your opinions. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Why do you disagree? Why do you agree? Yeah, I hear it all. Trust me, I want to hear it all. So that was Clash of Champions. I thought it was a pretty good pay per view. I was not disappointed. I almost was, but I was not. And it was definitely better than the last pay per view, which was Payback. This has been Brian Redgrave. Redgrave out.